Hello, everyone. Chasey McGee here. Thank you so much for tuning in this week for another info-packed session with Barth Getto, an experienced technology sales and marketing executive, and has been appointed president of Empowery eCommerce Cooperative. Barth wants to live in a world where no e-commerce entrepreneur ever feels alone. He brings that perspective as president of the Empowery eCommerce Cooperative to make the e-commerce world a better place, a better, less lonely place. And I definitely want to touch on that because it gets very lonely. I love where this is going. Let's jump in. Hello, Barth. How are you?
Chase, I'm well. I hope you're staying nice and cool down there in Houston.
You know, it's been a struggle, but we're making it here. We're making it. So for those that are new to entrepreneurship or just getting into business, tell us, what is a business co-op?
So they're unique in a way, but they're everywhere in another. So there are 40,000 cooperatives in the United States. They're all around you. You probably have done business, walked into one, not even realizing what it was. And all that a co-op is a individually owned, it's almost like a franchise buying group, but the big difference is it's owned by the members. So if you walk into an Ace Hardware store, they advertise as one, but they're really individually owned. So, you know, a family could have owned it for 3-4 generations. And it, you know, maybe when it first started, it was Jones's Hardware. Then it was Jones's Ace Hardware. And now they've gotten to the point where the Ace is so much bigger than the Jones brand that it's Ace. So that's what we are. And co-ops really, we're nonprofit, member owned. And co-ops really work in industries that are fragmented. So the e-commerce world right now is just crazy. There's so much happening every day. You know, people are merging and going out of business and putting new restrictions. Amazon puts a new restriction on people every day. So it really helps to have a group of people that join together and own this co-op together. And, you know, like think of a buying group, a mastermind on steroids, where everybody cares about each other. And we as the management team work to go out and find the problems that the members have and solve them. So it's a really democratic, egalitarian type system of business.
Okay, so why is it difficult to start a co-op?
Well, you know, it's chicken and the egg type of thing. With a co-op, what happens with a co-op is there's patronage dividends paid. We call it cash back. But every time they use, like there's a outdoor catalog called REI. And REI, if you order clothing off of them, they're a co-op. If any of your listeners ever ordered things off of them, the more they order throughout the year, at the end of the year, they get a check back for a percentage of their purchases. That's exactly what happens with us. So, you know, you have to have the group buying power in order to have this revenue stream that goes back to the members, but you also have to have the group together, but you have to get the programs too in order to get the group together, you know, to have value. So you have to be building programs and adding them while you're bringing the members in individually. And so it's kind of you're attacking the center and trying to grow it from both sides. Build the services, build the membership, and in between, that's where you really find the synergy.
Okay, so I know you're talking about it a little bit, but give us some benefits of being in an e-commerce co-op.
Well, there's all kinds of, we have extensive training courses. So when someone wants, let's say they're only selling on Amazon and they want to get into other marketplaces, we're building those now where we're going to teach people how, you know, either really young e-commerce sellers or more experienced e-commerce sellers, everybody can learn something. But we are going to build courses. So we're trying to negotiate with eBay and Jet and Walmart and all these people now to kind of get a better price for them, for our members, a less expensive percentage to be taken by them when they use the marketplace. But not only will we negotiate on the front end, not only will they get cash back on the back end for the things that they use, but they will also get the training, the advantage of having training that will allow them to understand how to do it. So it'll be, better up on the front end, better on the back end, and the detail of how to do it will be in place too. So we really try to create the entire offering for the members to make it really easy for them to do things.
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. So let's say we have a brand new entrepreneur and they sell balls, different types of balls. And how could they come to you and get services and get help?
Well, it doesn't matter. We're product agnostic, really. So if an Amazon seller, all of our sellers on Amazon sell, and they're on other marketplaces too. They'll have their own e-commerce site. They'll sell on eBay, Jet, Walmart, Rakuten, you name it. But we go and negotiate the programs that they need. So we have a credit card processing program where they get discounts. They can accept credit cards and pay a lesser percentage. We have inventory financing. We have a freight program, both domestic and international. We have third-party logistics. So if someone needs a company to warehouse what they have and ship it out for them, we have a deal with that company that is better than anybody else. We have e-package delivery. We have, in China, we have inspections. We have sourcing and photography. So think about anything that a seller, an e-commerce seller needs. We have either gone out and negotiated it already, or we will go out and negotiate it, and they'll be all accessible to them at no additional charge. They get that full suite of services by being a member. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, I love that example. Okay, yeah, it ties everything in, because I didn't want the new entrepreneur to be like, okay, I'm still confused, I don't get it. So that was perfect. I think they will definitely understand now. So why did you choose a co-op e-commerce over any other industry that you could have went into?
Well, it really comes down to, again, the business structure, the foundation. It's so, because when you try to get rugged individualists, when you try to get very successful business people to join together, they want to own a piece of it. They want to share in it. So it's so much easier with a cooperative than like with a franchise or something. A franchise is very similar. They take their buying power and they go out and they negotiate programs better together. They market and merchandise and everything together. The big difference is they don't own any share of it. McDonald's can tell you as a franchisee kind of what to do and how to run your business. As a co-op, it's very different. As a co-op, you tell us. I mean, we really are we're the sailors on the ship, and the members, the sellers, the owners of the co-op are the captains. Somebody keeps ringing my doorbell, and I wholeheartedly apologize. But I've tried to ignore them, but at some point I may have to go, say, I'm on a call. But so really that's the way, the reason we chose that format was because we really realized that, they've been around since 1752. Ben Franklin founded the first one in Philadelphia in 1752. So they are the oldest, most stable form of business type that exists today.
Okay. So as an executive for 20 years at a large cooperative, what are some of the things that you were able to do to help businesses thrive?
We had a whole training department. So we were able to take the sales associates, and we're doing that here too. We're able to take the sales associates, the employees of our member stores, and train them on all kinds of, customer service and order taking and objection handling and all those kinds of things. We were able to negotiate and buy, it was a flooring cooperative where I was before. We were able to negotiate and buy flooring at much, much reduced prices. And some of those members, because in flooring, it's so product oriented, they would be earning tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in cash back. That won't happen in an e-commerce side because we're doing more. We will get into product at some point, but in the beginning, we're doing services. We're saving them money on the consumables, the things they use every day to run their business, accounting software, like I said, shipping and third-party logistics, all those things. But it's think about this for a second, Chase. If you are if you are an e-seller and you join Empowery, you get a share of stock, you get rebates back on all of your purchases. If you use enough products throughout the year, there is a fee to belong to us. It's not expensive, but you should be getting a check back at our annual convention in, it'll probably be in Seattle this year in April, in probably around the middle of April. You should be getting a check back at that meeting for an appreciable amount of money, thousands of dollars. And in the meantime, you've had all these services. You've not felt alone. I mean, think about being able to network with all these other individual e-sellers that are experienced, profitable, succeeding in the categories they're in. You're going to have access to all those people. That is just, it's a win-win. You're getting networking, buying better, training, and you're getting cash back at the end of the year. It's too good to be true, but
it gets true. No better than that, actually.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so I want to talk about the importance of brand control for internet sellers. I love every aspect of branding, so I really had to speak on this. So let's talk about your image, your identity, and the importance of your brand for a moment.
Yeah, we just rebranded too. We just redid our logo. And for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. Instead of going out and trying to find somebody to do our logo for us, we have a vendor called Logo Nerds, and great name. And I went to Logo Nerds, and I think it cost me $67 to get our logo. And you can check it out when the viewers check it out. It's absolute. I think it's really well done. And we got cash back as a company. We got cash back, and we'll give that back to the members. We don't keep it. But there's a perfect example of how to use one of our vendors instead of going out and trying to find it yourself. It's already there. It's already negotiated, ready to go. So our brand really, when you look at our logo, it looks like a bunch of people hugging each other kind of in a circle. Mm-hmm. And when you look on our website, you'll see a lot of people pulling the same rope, a keyboard that's round, looks like the world. Everything we do, everything we want to portray to the potential and current members of our co-op is togetherness, unity, solidarity. That's really what we're trying to convey to the members.
Okay. I love that aspect. And I have some questions for you, about for my brand that I must ask you after the podcast. So yeah.
Sure. We're here to help.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, so many, light bulbs were going off. So yeah, I definitely need to have a conversation with you. So you recently spoke on how independent sellers can restore the balance of power between them and Amazon. Can you share some of that with us?
Yeah, our executive team is in our founder specifically, and a lot of our executive team is in Seattle, and we have direct access to Amazon executives. Can we get them to do what we want them to do yet? No, nobody can. I mean, they just make, decisions on the fly. Right. They have catastrophic effects on people at times, but we know, and because this happened back in my last co-op in the flooring business, when we first started that, there were very large suppliers, manufacturers of flooring. They had all the power. And then by the time I left, we were doing $10 billion a year with a B. That was the same size as the vendors. So now the balance of power shifted where we were equal. We were absolute peers, whereas before, these independent retailers, they couldn't get anything done with these big vendors. But now when our team goes in and negotiating on behalf of $10 billion in buying power, they have to listen. The same thing's going to happen here in the e-commerce world. We're not big enough yet. We only started in February. We have 20 members today. We probably do around $100 million in buying, in collective sales. Mm-hmm. And so that's big, but it's not nearly as big as we need to be. When we get to about 1,000, 2,000 members, we're doing $10, $20 billion a year. Amazon has to listen. They have to. I tell people jokingly but seriously, I will know we made it when I get a personalized holiday card from the Amazon team, hopefully Jeff Bezos, saying, thanks for the great year. You guys really, you did a lot of business with us. You brought us the best of the best sellers. You know, they were well trained when they got to us. We had less problems with them because they knew not to step on those landmines that, you know, that other e-sellers stepped on. That's when I know we've made it. So that's the balance of power. If the viewers, listeners want to go to our website, it's empowery.com/Dear John. We are actually doing something now, kind of a cute thing, creative, where they don't have to be a member of ours. Anybody can do this. You could do it if you'd like. Okay. But you go and you write a Dear John letter to Amazon saying, I'm breaking up with you. Just, you know, a Dear John letter, for those who don't know, you know, it's when you're breaking up with someone you're married to, dating, and you said, you know, Dear John, it's over. Well, this is what that is. And it's really, there's a template there and it walks you through it. But we're trying to tell Amazon, you know, stop just doing things arbitrarily, care about us, because we cared about you. You know, you're doing good things for us, Amazon, but don't, you know, just take away reviews. Don't raise your FBA, your fulfilled by Amazon fees. So it's really kind of a cool thing to do. So I would love if you all tried it.
Absolutely. I'm going to make sure that we get that information in the show notes, because I am definitely going to do that, because I've been having a love-hate relationship with Amazon for a while now, and it's just, they're driving me crazy, but I will definitely do that.
You can send them a sweet yet, you know, poignant letter with a few zingers in there.
Exactly. I love that. So what are some of your predictions for the e-commerce industry in the next few years?
Well, a lot's happening. So on a daily basis, we actually do Facebook Live videos we have a private site for our members, and we do Facebook Live videos for them. So they know what's going on at all times. We feel like we need to be the conduit of information, timely information going back to our membership base. So, you know, it's amazing what's happening right now. You have people really getting upset with Amazon. You have everybody trying to take a piece of their business. Jet and Walmart are really aggressive. Rakuten is really aggressive. There's mergers going on. There's, you know, expansion into different marketplaces. I believe Walmart is actually, they are partnering with Rakuten to actually do online books like Amazon does. So they're going after Amazon's core business. So I really think, you know, the more Amazon upsets people, the more vulnerable they're going to be to the other usurpers coming in and trying to steal a little bit of their magic. And I think it'll happen. And we really want to help our members expand anyway. They should be selling on every marketplace. Why be beholden just to one marketplace? You know, you're too limited and too vulnerable.
Yeah, I think, you know, we are truly greater in numbers, and I do believe that we will have that impact to be able to really tackle Amazon head on, because it's, you know, as the fees and everything is changing, and it's constantly changing, and, you know, some okay and some not so okay, you know, and some not for the better at all. So I'm glad that we have, you know, co-ops like yours that are like, you know, really trying to say, hey, and stay on top of the problem and stay on, you know, and find solutions to combat that. I really like that.
Yeah, we really, what a co-op is at the end of the day is we are a purveyor of solutions that we identify. When our members tell us, here's a problem, you know, our only profit motive, our only motive, period, forget profit, because we're nonprofit, is to make the members happy. So if they come up with a problem, we go try to solve it. And sometimes we can't for a while. Sometimes it takes us, you know, one phone call. Sometimes it takes us a year. But we will find the solution to most problems if given enough time and direction by the membership.
This is awesome. I love that you shared this with us, because I had no idea that, you know, co-ops existed, right. You know, so this is definitely something that came up on my radar, and I appreciate you sharing this with us.
Yeah, most people don't know. And there, you know, other co-ops, all credit unions are co-ops. Welch's grape juice, Sunkissed oranges, all Blue Diamond almonds, all co-ops. So they're all around us, but, in Napa Auto Parts, but people just don't, because it's held out as an individual business, it looks like a chain, but it's really not.
Right.
They're acting together for everyone's benefit. That's exactly what we're going to do. And we don't own any part of their business. They continue to run it any way they want, and they don't have to use any programs we have either. They're there for their use when they need them, but we do not mandate anything.
Oh, wow. So how easy is it do one just fill out a form, or how do, we get into the co-op? What's the procedure?
I in the early going, the first 50 members in will be founders, and they will always be designated as such. So that's important to me to have that moniker. So I am personally handling membership with all the new people. At some point I'll pass it off to someone else, but I have to know in the beginning that we're getting the best of the best, the pedigree's there. So the best way is just get a hold of me. And the easiest way is it's just Barth, BARTH at Empowery.com, EMPOWERY.com, and just get to me directly. And, we'll have a quick conversation, just so I make sure that they meet the qualifications and everything. And then I'll send them the paperwork and we can get going. And I'll just tell you real quick, the costs are nominal. There's $1,000 upfront one-time fee, and that's just onboarding fee. So we can focus on that business for the first 3 or 4 weeks to get them all in all the programs and on the training modules and all that. Then there's $1,000 share of stock, which that is non-appreciating. So it doesn't go up or down. It stays at $1,000. So if you ever leave, the $1,000 comes straight back to you. It's an investment. That's it. And then it's $250 a month. That's all there is to this. And so in that $250, remember, for the products they're using, they're earning money. So that $250 should go away very quickly as long as they're supporting the group. So it should end up costing them nothing at the end of the year as long as they are active on the programs.
Wow, that is definitely a win-win. So what are the length of businesses? How long have people been the members been in business? What's the shortest and what's the longest amount of time?
For the first 50 founders, because it's so important for them to, to have knowledge of the business and everything, they really need to be in business about a year. And we like people doing maybe over $500,000 in collective online sales. We could go a little lower if somebody was a real up-and-comer or a superstar. But that's pretty much where we'd like to be. I still would love to hear from anybody that wants to get into it too, because we are definitely going to have a subcategory of membership, maybe with not all the bells and whistles, so we can get them into, because we want everybody to succeed. So maybe they wouldn't, have all of the whole suite of services, but enough to give them a competitive advantage to grow fast. So I'd love to hear from everybody, no matter if they're selling a lot or they're selling a little or they just want to get in. Let's start talking and get them on our radar.
Definitely. And I know you spoke earlier and you said it was more service geared. So is it more service or product right now? Or it's
service and training and networking right now.
Okay.
We have a team in China to be able to do, like I said, dispute resolution and photography. Why ship something to the United States to get it photographed when you can get high quality images over there, especially if you have heavy items? So
Right.
We have a team over there. And at some point I could see us a year, 2 years down the road, asking them to go out and source products. So a member could call them and say, look, I'm looking for I'm in bike accessories and I'm looking for new products within that category. I could see us doing that product sourcing for them, and maybe even warehousing, third-party logistics in China too. So that's kind of stage 2 of where we'll go. But right now it's services, training, networking.
Nice. Okay. Well, you guys, please, when you get to the point where you want to definitely expand and scale your e-commerce, you know where to go, and I will definitely make sure you stay connected. So, Barth, as we come to the end of our interview, I have a very fun question for you that I ask all of my guests. No one has had the same question. Yours is totally different. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just, however you answer, okay?
I'm ready for it, I think.
Okay. So your question this week is, why is a tennis ball fuzzy?
That really is a unique question. And I have played a lot of tennis in my life, a lot of tennis. Um, I would think it would not put as much strain on the strings of the racket, and it would impart spin when it hits the surface.
You're absolutely right.
Is that is the answer?
That is the answer.
There you go. But let me ask you, why are they? And I don't know if Wimbledon still is, but typically they used white tennis balls. But tennis balls typically are, that green color, I guess, for visibility.
Right. It's definitely
Typically.
for the visibility.
So, but is it for the strings and a part spin, or is it?
It's mostly for the spin, and for the speed. It controls the speed.
Gotcha. Because when you use tennis balls that get too fuzzy, then they definitely slow down too. So I know that from trying to keep tennis balls going for a long time.
You know what? I think you're the only person that answered a trivia question correctly.
Well, we do in the little town I live in on Wednesday nights. There's trivia here, so I should bring you in because we tend to get beaten pretty badly by some of these teams. So I think
Really?
we're bringing you in as our ace in the hole.
I am ready because I have trivia night 4 times a month. So yeah,
Yeah, you're
I'm
serious.
definitely, I always get picked. I'm like, no, not tonight. But yeah, I'm always on the team.
Yeah, we need you. We need your help.
I got you. Just let me know. Where you are definitely winning in the e-commerce space. And I want to thank you for being a part of the show and sharing your expertise with us. So how can we follow you and connect with you?
We are all over the place. E-commerce, Empowery eCommerce Cooperative. We have a Facebook site. We are on LinkedIn. We have all kinds of YouTube videos that we're always playing. We do all kinds of podcasts. So we're everywhere. We have a Twitter. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. So we're trying to keep up with the millennials and be on every conceivable, social media site we possibly can. But the Facebook site really is, informative. We do a lot of live videos on there, and so there's always information being uploaded to that site.
Awesome. Okay, well, I will definitely make sure to put all of that in the show notes so you guys can stay connected and get connected when you are ready and get to that point. All right, everyone. So there you have it. If you are a listener in the e-commerce space, selling through any major marketplace, Barth would love to talk with you and becoming a member of the cooperative. I will put all of the information again in the show notes. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Winning Brand podcast this week. If you have any questions, I can be reached at info@thewinningbrand.com. So any comments, questions, suggestions, let me know and I'll definitely get back to you. As we close for the week, always remember, don't be afraid to give up the good. Go for the great. Until next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.